What's up, everyone? This winter season may have been the greatest season for anime, just in general. We had, of course, the big one, Attack on Titan, the final season, which is one of the greatest. The second half of Re:Zero Season 2, otherwise known as the best isekai. Horimiya, which is a great rom-com. Jujutsu Kaisen, which has proven itself to be the pinnacle of shonen. Now, I haven't seen this one, but I've heard great things about Jobless Reincarnation, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit dried out on isekais right now. I feel like there's a new one released every damn week, but I'll be sure to check it out sometime. High Rise Invasion is a great, gory, pantsu-shot anime on Netflix. Laid Back Camping is the most kawaii shit you'll ever see. And of course, win it off the winter season with, I'm talking about the GOAT, Violet Evergarden the movie, released in America. So yeah, let's talk about how Koani fucking outshines everyone again.
Hey, man, you forgetting one. What about Wonder Egg? You said it was slept on.
Dude, this was supposed to be about Violet Evergarden the movie and Koani and how they outshine everyone, and I sucked their dick for another hour, but this time recorded and put it on my YouTube channel.
No, it's gonna be about Wonder Egg.
Well, Wonder Egg it is. In reality, Wonder Egg Priority really was the dark horse of the season, and it was breath of fresh air. How am I going to call it a breath of fresh air and breathe through his stuffed nose? It doesn't even make sense. Unfortunately, I think this anime did itself dirty and swept itself underneath the rug, releasing itself next to these anime titans. But all I gotta say is don't sleep on my boy. I mean girls. A lot of questions still feel unanswered, but for now I'm going to review this show and explain how I interpreted it in this video analysis. But before that, warning, if you haven't seen Wonder Egg Priority, please watch it first and come back to this video. I will spoil the whole show. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get her going. Wonder Egg Priority's first episode is a lot to take in. We start out with the main character, Ai, who is in what seems to be a dream world or another world. She's in a school, and in her hand is an egg, and is being told repeatedly by the voice on the intercom to break it. And when she does, a young girl hatches from it, I guess. A bunch of crazy little red demons start chasing them, but Ai soon realizes they are only chasing the girl who hatched from the egg. Ai then attempts to defend the girl, but then she finds out that these little demons are just an annoyance, and there's an ultimate Dark Souls boss waiting for her ass. Ai also finds out that this hatched girl killed herself, and it's pretty apparent that the Dark Souls boss demon was a representation of one of the biggest reasons she decided to take her own life. While trying to run away, they end up getting split apart. Ai later finds herself on a rooftop where a statue of her friend is. Now, this friend killed herself, so Ai's wondering what the hell's going on here. But she then notices the hatch girl on the other side of the roof, and the Demon Souls boss is about to kill her. Ai then gets upset and is tired of running away from scary situations and leaps across the building, killing the demon in one hit. The girl then thanks her and disappears. And yeah, that's episode 1. Like I said, a lot to take in. To help keep things brief, because I'm assuming you already watched the anime, I'm only going to explain the important events from here on out to try and paint a picture of how I believe this all works. Ai then awakens, seeing she has leftover physical damage from the dream world she was just in. She then learns that these two robots sell more of these eggs. Now these robots have names, Aka and Oraka, but for most of this video I'm just going to call them the robot guys. Now they sell eggs to the 4 main characters, which we're going to be learning about later on in the video. But these eggs that they sell always contain a girl who committed suicide. And the more eggs they go through, helping these girls eradicate the demons that seem to be a representation of the reason they committed suicide, the warmer the statue of the important person in their dream gets, almost as if they're coming back to life. So every time Ai goes to the dream world and she hatches one of these eggs and a girl comes out and she eradicates her demon, her friend is coming more and more to life. Later on down the road, Ai meets Nairo Anuma, who is a tsundere dundere smarty pants, and her sister is a statue in her dream world. She also meets Rika Kawaii, who is a user in a yandere type, and her statue is a fan who killed himself, and she feels responsible due to them having a last bad exchange of words. And finally, she also meets reverse trap Momo Sawaki. She dresses like a boy because people think she is, but doesn't want to. She wants to be like a normal girl. And she's actually a pretty girl. I mean, for real, stop fucking with my girl. She looks nothing like a boy, you dumb. So anyway, all these girls have some sort of depression or issues they're dealing with. Rika has a bad home life and cuts herself, but hides it with her upbeat personality. Nuru doesn't really understand anything but business and is almost a robot herself, basically shows no emotion whatsoever, but is dealing with a lot on the inside she's hiding away. Ai is a quiet introvert who got bullied for having different colored eyes. She was always angry she could never stand up for herself. She's only had one friend and she killed herself. And she feels a responsibility for that. And Momo, again, I'm going to say, looks nothing like a boy, but believes she needs to dress as one because that is what people perceive her as. Although she doesn't want to dress like a boy, she wants to be like a normal girl. Together, these girls face their issues inside the dream world and together become best friends. Now, this is important to the story and will tie back in with the rest of it, so I'm going to reiterate myself. These dreams are helping these 4 girls battle their depression and making them more confident while also developing friendships with each other. This is important because I believe this whole dream world with the eggs is actually for them and not really for the victims that they help necessarily. It's just perceived as that to them. You see, it's perceived that these eggs are at random. If you buy 10 of them and you sleep with one of them, that egg that you have in your hand contains a certain girl that needs help inside of them. But I don't believe that this is the case. I believe the egg is more like a ticket to a ride than a vessel containing something in it. It's already pre-programmed which girl they will get, and that girl is a representation of their own problems and issues they have to face in life. Ai never stood up for herself when she got bullied, and that's why she got the abused gymnast, who also never stood up to her coach. Hell, she even got herself towards the end of the season to save. Rika got 2 idols that were loved but also neglected their fans just as she did hers. Momo got a woman that believed she was a boy and the whole world saw her as a girl, just as the whole world sees her as a man, but she so badly wants to be seen as a girl. The robot brothers try and explain to Ai when she sees herself and tries to save herself in the egg. They explain it as parallel dimensions, but I believe they're hiding something purposely. You see, this analysis gets even bigger when Frill is introduced. You see, Frill is an AI that the robot brothers made for fun. And the robot brothers were human at one point. They just transported their conscience to the robot figures we see in the anime. And when they made Frill, they designed her to be a 14-year-old girl. And at first, everything was going well. They gave her all the attention in the world, and Frill loved it. It was almost like the robot brothers had a daughter. But later on, Akka gets married and has a real girl of his own. Life starts getting busy, so they stop spending time with Frill. And Frill, being an AI, starts to see all these distractions from her as a threat. So Frill decides to kill Akka's wife. The baby she was pregnant with somehow survives. Akka throws Frill in an attic. For some reason, it doesn't fucking kill her, and to try and leave her to rot away or rust away, I guess. And now the only thing keeping him going is his 14-year-old daughter. Now, remember how I mentioned that Akka did not kill Frill and just threw her into an attic? Well, somehow Frill connected to a shit ton of computers and is now connected to his daughter's conscientious and made her kill herself. And now she has programmed that all 14-year-old girls are a threat from the robot brothers' attention to her. Now she's connecting to 14-year-old girls' consciences around the world, forcing them to kill themselves. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how? And I think I have an answer. Well, she seems to be targeting girls who are more prone to depression, and she heightens those feelings inside their brain while they sleep. And that is where this whole analysis circles and comes together. It seems the robot brothers have created an egg system to help the depressed-prone girls face their fears and insecurities to help better defend against Frill's network, which she is trying to enhance. Think of Frill as a virus on your PC only eats your brain, and the Robot Brothers Egg program as an antivirus to it. Now, this is my analysis to the show, and we actually don't know how this will come together until the last episode comes out January 29th, which is the end of the anime. But so far, this is how I view the anime, so let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Did my analysis sound absolutely ridiculous, or did it kind of make sense to you? Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.